So, yesterday we had an extremely long mission for our multi-purpose interplanetary reusable spaceship, Penelope 1. It was her maiden voyage. 13.
Hello
I've
there.
said it before, I'll say it again. Hello there. 13 launches. Hey, killer. Finally caught some streaming in KSP. Yep. 13 launches to build and fuel her. I said it before, I'll say it again. Unfortunately, might be able to actually change these numbers a little bit because I'm pretty sure all of these are on right now. Just gonna go through and deactivate all these engines. Make sure they're... I don't know if I want to use these in the future just because they're loud as shit. Alright, so those are all off. Alright, that's off too. Alright, so, all the fuel left on board this bad boy. We've got 1,350 Delta V left. I have no idea if that is enough to actually fly this entire thing back to Kerbin. If I ever needed to, I could detach the lifeboat, and I could fly that back. That has enough room for all the people in it, and this spacecraft is purposely entirely autonomous, so I have options. If I ever, depending on what I want to do. There is another thing I could do, though, because we need fuel. So that's, I think working with fuel is probably going to be most of what we're doing today. We have Misfortune 1. This is technically Misfortune 2, but I forgot to rename it. A little difference from the ones on YouTube. Yeah, the ones on YouTube are lagging pretty far behind these just because I'm putting those up like every other day, and if a mission takes 30 minutes, then, you know, we only get 30 minutes. It only posts 30 minutes through a stream. If it takes 4 hours, it's a whole stream. We have Misfortune 1 here, which is our refueling tanker we left in orbit, and it has plenty of fuel left in it. All these fuel tanks, I think all the top ones are full, and the main fuel tank at the bottom here is like 75% full. So if we want to, what we could do is fly the entire refueling tanker to Duna. It would take, what, 1,500, 1,600 Delta V, something along those lines. That would leave enough fuel to refuel our spacecraft and continue our mission. Why is it called Misfortune? I named it after somebody in chat. You only need 800 Delta V to do a return trip if you're in the right orbit. That's the thing. Oh, it's Roach. Roach schooling the shit out of me. I'm not that good. I know it only takes 850 Delta V to get to Duna. The braking maneuver takes more. Yeah, so almost, I think nearly everything in this playthrough has been named after viewers. One thing I did pick up though, because I'm thinking about building a fueling station, an actual fuel processing facility today, and I need a little bit. I've got like 650,000 curb ducats to do that, and so I need to make a little money, and I could make a lot of money. I could make, you know, like $500,000 by finishing 500, 600,000 by finishing these two, return to Kerbin and bring a Duna Stone back with me. So if I wanted to, I could take one of these guys and pop them inside the lifeboat, detach the lifeboat, and take the Duna Stone back and make sure we grab the Duna Stone and fly that back to Kerbin, leaving this one here. I also have this, gather surface deployed seismic sensor science from the surface of Duna. And I'm pretty sure the way you do that is you have that deployed and then you basically cause a seismic disturbance nearby. So what I was thinking is that I could detach one of my autonomous microlanders here and use it as an impactor to gather that, because that's a lot of money right there. 50-kilometer orbit would be what I need to be for a 800 delta V return. And I'm not anywhere near a 50. I'm in like a 200-kilometer orbit. Yeah, 221 and 185. So we would have to spend several hundred delta V to get it down to that. For like a perfect, you know, insertion burn there. This one I kind of just set up somewhere relatively low to make sure I was outside of Ike's influence there. So I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. I have a bit of money. We could start building a fueling station. That is an option. Just to maybe what we could do. This sounds fun. Maybe what we could do is start building the fueling station on the moon or Minmus, either one. Probably the moon. Minmus might be a little bit easier because it's so much lower gravity. It's easier to land there, but it is harder to drive around there too. We could do that, and then maybe we could process some fuel. We could fly our fueling tanker to the new fueling station, top it off, then push her to Duna. Are we doing anything for the 50-year anniversary? I wasn't exactly planning on everything. I mean, I did build this, which was pretty stellar. Slingshot around Ike. It'll save you about 100 delta V depending on the position of Kerbin and Duna. I'm not super worried about the return flight because this, I wasn't actually planning to return this to Duna anyway. So if I could avoid doing that, I would prefer it. The only thing I don't like about the idea of, because this is an interplanetary spacecraft, so the idea was to leave it out there and to and to send refuels out to it rather than to bring it all the way back to Kerbin, because it is big and very heavy. So every single time I went back to Kerbin, you know, I'd be spending fuel that could be used to get to other orbital bodies. So the whole plan originally was to refuel it mid-mission. So I think that's what we're going to focus on. And I always have, like I said, I always have the option of sending the lifeboat back to get the Duna stone. Although, is a blueberry a Duna stone, or are those different things? I don't honestly know. I think the Duna stone's still in the lander too. I like it. Oh, I don't think there's any way of detaching this, is there? No, because this is empty now. We don't need this on the butt. And like I said, if we want to, we could always use our micro lander as an impactor. We just don't use the parachutes and don't do a suicide burn, and we just use it as an impactor to grab the seismic data. Mid-space refueling. Oh yeah, that's the idea. I mean, this was refueled twice before we sent it. Blueberries are different. Ah, God. So I have blueberries. That means I don't have a Duna stone. So that means I have to go looking for a Duna stone. But, I mean, that's not a big deal. It does take quite a bit of fuel to land on Duna and get back up to the spacecraft. I think I probably have enough fuel to do it 2 to 3 more times if I had to. But what I would probably need to do is Google where to find Duna stones before trying that. Send the lifeboat back to Kerbin. You can set up an ore processing facility around Ike. Well, I'm more interested in setting up an ore processing facility in the Kerbin sphere of influence, because the idea would be to, because I've already got a space station around Minimus, and I already have a space station around the moon. So what I was thinking is we build the ore processing facility over there. It takes like 800 delta V to get to the moon. It takes like 800 delta V to get to Duna. It's around the same hasteline. So what I was thinking is what we do is we set up the ore processing facility there. Mother Russia, thanks for this. Gifted sub to King Beast. Wonderful. Well, welcome King Beast, and thank you, Mother Russia. So what I'm thinking is, because it's around the same amount of delta V, just basically to escape Kerbin and get to somewhere. You know, Duna, Ike, the moon, Minmus. We set up the ore processing facility at the moon or Minmus, and we process our fuel there. Future spacecraft would not directly leave Kerbin. What they would do is do an insertion burn to get to the moon, capture there, dock with the refueling station, top off, then leave the moon to go to wherever they're going. Because leaving the moon's, or Minmus, is sphere of probably the moon, just because Minmus is cocked off to the side. Leaving the moon sphere of influence is way less delta V than leaving Kerbin's. So I could, you know, proceed with my missions from there with way more fuel in my tanks than anywhere else. And it'd definitely be a multi-purpose kind of thing. If I build it here, it's only good for missions here. Fuel problems? Well, not exactly problems. More just, like future-proofing kind of things. Like, this thing is still technically pretty good. I could get it back, if I wanted to, I could probably get the whole thing back to Kerbin. Not too much issue. But, like I said, what I was saying before, is it's not designed to go home. Hey, Seb. Galaxy Station for further exploration. Exactly. So, why don't we pop back to our space center. This is uncharted territory for me, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Hey, Napoleon III. This is, yeah, we do have 650,000 ducats right now, and we do have the option to get a little more pretty easily. So I'm not too worried about money. You set your ore facility around every planet of it. Screw up around, set up my, well, orc facility sounds very interesting, but ore facility sounds a little more likely. And if I ever need to, I have science being processed at Duna, science being processed at the moon, and science being processed at Minmus, so it won't be too hard to get science if I need it. Plan for today is to build an ore processing facility so that we could do proper refueling. I think I have everything I need basically researched for it. Advanced. So this is, so there's bigger wheels might be useful. I honestly have no idea what these grip pads are for. Ion propulsion is probably not going to be necessary. That's just science. That's another probe core. And that's radioisotope thermoelectric generators. So I got everything I need. We just have to build rockets to do it. So we have to be able to... I've never done an ore processing facility before, so I literally have no idea what the fuck is involved. So we've got... I think what you basically need to do is... I think it's like 2 or 3 parts. I know you need the convertitron. Mobile processing plant can take... so you need like like a drill for extractor. You need like an extractor, and then you need the convertitron, and then I think you need some tanks. Grind those orcs down into useful base components for fuel. Soylent Green is orcs. We're gonna build an orc processing facility. Oh, that's dark. You tend to set it up between the moon and Minmus to mine both moons. Oh, I would assume you mean like between the orbits. I thought for a second there I was like, how would you possibly get it like equidistant between two when they're moving at different velocities? Then I was like, that's probably not what he meant. So we got this one here. This is 1.5 tons. This is over 4 tons. But let's see. What kind of do they require? I'm sure they require power, optimum temperature, shutdown temperature. So it looks like they produce a lot of. Yes, they require a lot of power. So there's 2. Oh, okay. So oxidizer and liquid fuel. Resource converter, LF-ox. Is that, that's monopropellant. I wonder if that's for, like, the, you know, one of those ion engines, maybe. Because I know they need different... Did you find a bag you're going to rip up, Penny? No power, just a real big hand crank. All right, what else is what else is here? So we've got a Drill-O-Matic Junior mining excavator. We've got a Drill-O-Matic. We're gonna call him the Drill-O-Matic Senior. Asteroid use 500 base efficiency, 100 base efficiency. Electrical charge. Fired cooling. So apparently these are like hyper effective at asteroid mining. Yeah, it looks like basically, how big is this? It's not that big. I think, here, I think what we're probably going to need to do is maybe pick a spot on the moon to decide where this needs to go first. Produces both oxidizer and liquid fuel. It looks like it can produce everything, because there was monopropellant and one of those other thingies on there, too. Orbital scan. Yeah, we already have probes up for that. I'm pretty sure I have one around the moon, and I know I have one around what were they called? Pigeon 1. Oh, this is the one around Minmus. LF ox is liquid fuel and oxidizer combined. Oh, okay. All right, that's the one around Minmus. We're gonna do the one around the moon. Manned outpost or fully automated? Poof. Honestly, I hadn't thought about it yet. I just naturally assumed that you needed a person there. Pigeon 2, here it is. Penny, you ripped up that bag real good. That bag needed to be torn to pieces. You just shredded it expertly. All right, how do I turn on the scan?
What was his name? Nautius Maximus.
Hey, Dweeegger. You already have to go. Aw, sorry, bud.
Sadly, I already have to go. Keep it up.
Toggle overlay? Oh, there it is. And ideally we would want to either... I'm thinking is what ideally we would want to do is set up the base either in the richest area or just in an equatorial area for ease. So, if we increase the cutoff... It definitely looks like that is one of the richer areas right there. Will this stay on if I go... Yeah, I was about to say, does this stay on if I go over here? So it looks like maybe right here. That area, because that is a very equatorial area. My current space station flies directly over it, meaning that it would make this a little bit easier. Thinking right in this big-ass crater right there looks like a beautiful spot. Sit around for months waiting for the fuel tanks to fill up. Okay, it's like some of these guys have interesting jobs. Like there's a manned outpost at the moon and Minmus that have been here for years. A three-man crew over here. I wonder if any of these can level up now. Do we have any signs? Oh yeah, look at that. Holy mother of God. How long have these guys been in here? All right, let's transmit that out. Hey, big girl. Who's a big dog? What's a big dog doing over here? These guys have been here the longest, several years at least. Let's wait for them to. Oh, it's a big girl.
I'm gonna have to science the
Penny,
shit
do you want to come say hi? Oh, come on. You can do it. Come on. Yeah. That's a good girl. It's been 8 years. Yeah, they've been there probably for most of that. I would say at least 7. Oh, shit. At least 7 of that. At least 7 of that they've been there for, I would say. Wilson. Yeah, it says in the upper left-hand corner is the mission duration, I think. They don't age, and there's no life support without mods. Although I think the next time I play, I might want to use life support just because it's cool. I've played with life support mods before, and it was a lot of fun. Oh, their science finished, so we should go. Okay. All right, Petty. Oh, God, you're a big dog. Oh, that's the biggest dog in the world. That's the biggest dog in the world. Hi. Why is the butt wiggling? The butt end is having a good wiggle over here. We should probably check the Magnus station, too, because I think they've been up there for quite a while as well. They have done a lot. They've fostered tourists. They've done rescue missions, lots of science. I mean, the lander has gone down 6-7 times probably and refueled. How's the tank? Yeah, and it's still got room in the spare fuel tanks here. We'll go over to the Magnus station and transmit that science back. Swap the crew out and get them out. I could always do that. Life support and the maintenance mods are really good. Yeah, I agree. I really wanted to make sure that we did this one vanilla because it was with a new DLC. Switch it to here. Let's turn most of this stuff off. Because most of this we don't need on here. Let's just go to our stations. Around Magnus. Similar station around Magnus. Might as well grab the science, maybe unlock the ion. Or, oh, you know what we could use? We could use it to unlock the bigger wheels. 13? Did you run out of... No, you got data. What the fuck have you two been doing? 13. Travesty is what that is. 13 science data. Well, we got, what, like 400 from the moon? Oh, and this space station is out of date and probably ready to be decommissioned. Whoa, was the start research off? That could have been it. They may, maybe we did that. This is my oldest space station. This is the first one. Sam Lorf has been up here for a very long time with nothing to do. It probably would be time to rescue him and deorbit the space station. Although, if I didn't care about Sam Lorf's life, we could try to deorbit it and land it on its ass. Should we do a rescue mission and get Sam Lorf back and then deorbit the space station? That could be a fun quick mission. Would basically need next to nothing. Forgotten for 8 years exactly. Let's go back to Garrick 5 here. Plain simple Garrick 5 and make sure that the research button was turned on. Definitely want to do that. Yeah. Why haven't you been researching? You didn't tell me to. Oh. Yeah, the Garrick around the Garrick Samlorf has been up there for 8 years and 175 days. So why don't we do that first? Why don't we rescue Samlorf and deorbit that space station? Wait. No, there's no reason to. What the fuck? Where's the planet? Guys? What? Pressing backspace. No, I didn't do anything. But I think I think Kerbal just disappeared.
Do it.
What happens if we just put a rocket on the space? What happens? Yeah, what happens if we just put a rocket on the thingy? If we put a rocket on the launch pad, what happens? Oh my god. What the fuck? It's a spy satellite. It's designed to reflect light off of it. Or, reflect light around it. Oh, God. Alright, why don't we restart the game? Let's go ahead and save the game. And we'll try to just load it back up. All right, let's quit the game. And load it back up. I break everything I touch. Kerbin disappeared. Alright, well, we'll just reload the game and see what happens. See what the fuck's going on. Yeah, another bug. Part of me wants to try to deorbit the space station without blowing it up. Just because it sounds fun. Spoken like a true QA. Well, I don't know. I'm not trying to break everything. It's just everything I touch breaks. It's not my fault. Now, some of it's my fault. That one was not my fault. Alright, so we are going to load up... Oh god, I hope that didn't bork the whole save file. Let's hope. Oh god. Ah, yeah, there we go. Okay, so we'll just recover that. And why don't we, Yeah, Sam Lorf's not a very experienced pilot. He's a level 0. That's probably why he's been up there for 8.5 years. So why don't we try to save him / the entire space station? Let's fucking do it. So that my VODs in senior QA or even a lead QA position is yours. Oh man, that'd be great. What I'm thinking is this. We just grab one of these. And we put a probe core on it. And then we put a clampatron on it. And then we will, trying to keep this simple, then we'll just pop a nose cone on it. And we can get rid of that later. And then we pop a heat shield on this. Pop a heat shield right there. And then what we're going to do is just slam it with parachutes. Although we are going to want to try to keep the crew hatch there. Yeah, there we go. Maybe some drogues for safety's sake. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to the space station, and then I'm going to try to deorbit the entire thing. Need over 10 parachutes. I have a there's still an engine on the space station, so I just need the parachutes to slow it down, and then I could break it with the engines. And then this will be detachable just in case everything explodes and goes to hell. We'll transfer Sam Lorv over to this. So we'll just need a decoupler. Right there. And then we just need to be able to get this into orbit. Simple as that. So it'll basically just need like a little baby engine section for maneuvering to the space station. Man, it feels weird like using this small doodly. Oh, there's no crew on this. It's empty. Just need a little baby Terrier engine. Then we just need a single stage to orbit kind of scenario. So decoupler. Oh, it needs a little bit of RCS for docking. Forgot about that. Okay, that's fine. Should actually probably put a wheel on that. Does does this have a reaction control wheel? I don't think it does. And then RCS. Just pop on a lot of those. Some little baby fuel tanks for it. What are those? Around 7.5. That'll be enough. This is fine. Quick and dirty. But we are doing something crazy just for funsies right now, so. Then we put a big ass engine on here. Put those two together. Let's see. Which one of these flares outwards correctly? There, that one. And then I think we're using... I think that's too big. Yeah, that's too big. Is it this one? That's too small. I think that's that one and this one. And then put an engine on that. I think that... Which engines fit on this one? God, I don't even remember. I don't use this size too often. I think it's the Cheetah and the Bobcat are the only ones that fit on there. They're pretty low. Well, it's a small rocket that might have... Oh, yeah, thrust to weight ratio of 2. And then maybe for funsies, we'll just stick on a some solid rocket boosters, and we're good to go. Should at least have the refueling ship top off at the space station, grab some fuel from it. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. And then, yeah, and then just because they're fun, we'll go ahead and we'll strap on a pair of SRBs. Not the ridiculous ones, just these ones. They'll probably have enough thrust to get her off the ground. Yeah, they're fine. It's beautiful. It's beautiful is what it is. And make sure we got a couple of these bad boys for stability. Not really lined up, is it? For stability purposes. Some nose cones on those bad boys. And, that should do the trick. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Our ridiculous little, noodle here. We're gonna call this, I don't know, I think we're gonna need, Suicide 1. Alright, so let's, go ahead and save this. And, yeah, what we should do... That's saved. So what we should definitely do is top off the refueling tanker. It's probably a probe. Yeah, Misfortune 1, and we have to turn the space stations back on. So yeah, let's grab Misfortune 1. I think it's mostly fueled, but we should definitely... I mean, it's not entirely fueled, so we could definitely... just adjust our orbit slightly and meet up with Garrick 2 here. So set as target. These are actually pretty close as is. Here, let's here, cancel that one. Just fly to the apoapsis. No, god damn it. Just warp here. And then we'll just pull this one in a little bit so they actually intercept. So we're going to want to pop this to retrograde. It's the more full it is, the harder it is to maneuver because it's only got a little one set of RCS engines on it. It's basically designed to be stupid and simple. But now that it's almost there, we can, so all we're looking to do is pull this in just a little bit. So we got at least some overlap there. And then we'll probably just need to, ooh, the wrong button on the keyboard. Probably just need to wait a couple orbits. Still intercept, so we should be okay. Yep, we're fine. Yeah, we just need to wait. Wait a couple orbits, then maybe do a tiny, tiny little burn. And they'll be pretty close to, let's see. What would we need to do here? 2.9, 2.6. 2.6 was the closest. There we go. Tiny little burn and a day of waiting, so we'll do that from the tracking station. We'll do that from the tracking station, and it should show... Yeah, right there. Yeah, I'm not going to go any faster than this because... I don't want to risk... I wish it would pin that on there instead of flipping back and forth. There might be a way to change that, but I don't know how. Almost there. 2 hours. And we're probably pretty close now. Yeah, we're pretty close. Let's see here. Node in 39 minutes. Burn time of 1 second. And yeah, it's one more doodle around, but we'll do that. We'll do that one manually. All right, so now I can just warp to next maneuver. So I wouldn't have thought of that. Thanks, chat, for reminding me to top off the tanker in orbit. There's no reason not to, because there's a lot of fuel in Garrick, in that space station too, in Garrick 2, and it's theoretically either going to blow up or just come back down to Kerbin. So might as well top off that tanker, and we're gonna want to Oh, I love these advanced probe cores. They're so great. And we're just gonna do, a full burn for 1 second. It's only 13 meters per second, delta V. 0.9 seconds. So we're gonna wait till it says 1 and we're just gonna go. I'm gonna use both hands on the keyboards for this so I don't fuck it up. There we go. Let's see how good was that. Not bad. That was pretty perfect. That was pretty perfect. All right, so let's retrograde. Turn those RCS on to make this a little easier. It's going to be a little difficult maneuvering this thing's fat ass around just because I should have put more RCS on it. I don't know why I didn't. I should have put another section on the butt here to really try to, you know, push it around. I didn't bother, and I'm not sure why I didn't bother. Either I just didn't think about it, or I was trying to keep it cheaper. All right, let's see here. We're pretty close. We're not within sight yet. We're not within sight, but we're pretty close. All right, so let's see. Nearest intercept is 2.7. Let's give it a little juice. See how close we can get that. 800, 700, 600, 500, 400, 300. I'm looking for 200. All right, now let's pop it around retrograde. And we'll be basically there. It's super easy to dock if both sides have aiming at the target, you know, node indicators, you know, lock to target thing. A little bit more difficult if one does and the others don't, but I've done plenty of docking, so usually I can get it on the first attempt. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3, but usually I can get it these days. All right, and I don't want to fuck this up, so I'm going to make sure we're at the right spot here before we do this. And just slow this down. 0.4, not bad. There she blows. It actually might be easier to control the space station because it has more RCS thrusters on it. There she is. So what we're gonna want to do is control from here, and we're going to want to. I don't know if I could actually get it. Fortune 1, set as target. RCS on. It's a little easier to control, actually. Just have to do it manually because Sam Lorf here is kind of dumb. We'll just head towards it. Yeah, it's a little bit easier to control. This was my first attempt at a space station, which was almost immediately ditched for a section with better technology. Basically, better solar arrays, better communications, better power. The new ones are inline; they're not strapped onto the side. All right, so now we'll just get closer. All right, that's pretty good. So now we'll just stop. There we go. Interstellar music intensifies. Oh, I like that movie. It's a little, I think it's a little heavy-handed, but I like it. All right, perfect. So we want to set as target. And then just... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'll just keep going this way, though. Then we'll just whip around. All right, stop, 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 stop. Stop, Sablorf. Damn you, Sablorf. We should not be using RCS for this. All right. I want to stop. I want to stop this motion. We'll lock this, and we're mostly drifting that way, so we'll adjust this way. All right, that's a lot better. All right, that basically arrested it. Okay, so now we'll pop back over here. Aim. Set as target. This one will just tell to auto face towards the target. That'll make it easier. Whipping its big butt around. You saw Interstellar in the cinema without having ever seen a trailer or read a single review. That sounds like it was an interesting experience for certain. And we will leave this on set to target. It looks like it's having a little trouble finagling, but we'll if we do this, put this on lock. Yeah, we'll keep it unlocked. And then we'll just pivot this up. That one will auto pivot. This one will do manually, and that one will automatically pivot to face me. Okay, it just lines up right on its own. Or let's aim the camera here. Make it easier for me. Then all we need to do is go forward. Might need to adjust just a little bit. But that's looking pretty good. Big ass things, a little bit more difficult to dock than some of the other stuff I've worked on. Cat's really starting to piss you off. Did your cat pedal on your keyboard again, Jade? Here, I got a cat emoji in here myself. Big's a bear. Binks took a poop so smelly it stank up half the house today. That was nice. All right, so give it a little bit of this. A little bit of that. This one being automated actually makes this pretty simple. A little bit left. A little bit more left. That's looking good. And whoop! Beautiful. RCS off. Now what I'm going to do is just grab... Here, we'll have to do them one at a time. So we'll grab this one and that one in. This one and that one in. Or what I could do is grab this one, this one, this one. Because that's what's left. Grab this one out. Empty that. All right, what do we got left in here? I am going to want to leave a little bit left in these for our suicide burn. Whoo! How will it top it off? Nope. It won't top it off. So we're going to want to leave a little bit in there for a suicide burn. In theory. You become a pro Ben. A little bit better. A little bit better. He's been alone for 8 years. This is the first thing he's done in 8 years. Because this is... No, literally, the station's never been used for anything. Never. I've never docked with the space station and used it for anything. Ever. Oh, you know what else we should do? We should top off the monopropellant tank as well. Oh, you know what? You know what? This is a little dangerous, but the rocket that's coming up has some fuel. The rocket that's coming to deorbit the space station has a little bit of fuel in it. What I could always do is any fuel left over in that thing, I can transfer over to this and use whatever fuel is in there to do our suicide burn. Huh. That's an idea. But that's why we're kind of designing the deorbital spacecraft to be Sam Lorf survivable. That's mostly full. I am gonna go ahead and undock this now, though. Yeah, that's basically full. Nice. That's a full fuel tanker right there. Okay, now back to the Space Center. If you know what I could always do is strap more SRBs onto the thing. It'll save liquid fuel. All right, open up. We called it Suicide 1, right? There it is. It's a little unaerodynamic, but it's okay. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go for some full symmetry here. It's not symmetrical at all, is it? Gotta try to get that in the middle is what I gotta do here. Or it doesn't really want to go in the middle. It's close. It's close. And I mean, it's a cheap unmanned spacecraft. What's the worst that could happen? Worst case scenario, it blows up, we lose 20 grand. Not a big deal. The guy in the ground just lost the paperwork on the station. 8 years later, he was talking about deorbit the station. They're like, wait. Every once in a while, some dude named Sam Lorf starts talking about it. Yeah, let's just give it a launch, see what happens. I've got a little bit of money in the bank. I've got 650,000 curb ducats. This thing only costs 21,000. Fuck it. Oh, I didn't even check for a launch window. Fuck it. Oh God, no. This is gonna fail. Uh-oh. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. We're just gonna deploy all the parachutes. Thing's supposed to be piloted. A, no, that was problem one, and B, it doesn't have any power. So as soon as the engines turn off, it would basically run out of juice and become a dead spacecraft. All it has is whatever was in there. It's a little wibbly. No, a Tamblin here, who's not even a pilot, just snuck the fuck in. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh, that probably would have ripped the spacecraft to bits. Deploy all the chutes. fine. And then I just tweak the engines to give it a nice slow, you know, 9.4 meters per second would blow up this, for certain, but, we'll, you know, change that to ground level. We'll give the engines a little tweak, and we'll try to recover this bad boy. Gonna want to get that below 7, I think. Oh, don't land on that. Nailed it! Nailed it! Nailed it! Nailed it. Alright. A, stop sneaking into my rockets. And B, we need a battery. Maybe a solar panel, just to be certain. Here, we'll, for starters, take you out of that. Let's put on a, strap a battery to the side. And it doesn't need anything fancy. We'll just give it some, you know, like a bunch of these. We'll just give it some of those. It doesn't need anything crazy. Although they should probably be up here just, you know, for safety's sake. Yeah, let's just do 4 of them. That's symmetrical. Safe. Launch. Jade, your dad wanted to bring a keyboard to a someplace to get it cleaned? You do that at home. It's pretty simple. All right. Here we go. God, launch window. It's fine. I mean, on the last one, all we paid for was the solid rocket boosters. Wow. It's been a while since I used those. I forgot that they're actually relatively powerful when you're launching up a light rocket. Whip! Alright, then we'll just go ahead and, flippity-doodle. Oh, wow! Yeah, we got pretty high with that. We'll just flip this guy over now. All is well. Just keep tweaking his little booty there. Yeah, I don't know, like 80% of the time I forget to check for a launch window. Put my old keyboard to the dishwasher and they survive, surprisingly. Do a backflip. I have had a number of rockets that have done the style flip in, you know, during launch and still made it to orbit to complete their mission. Let's see, well, it wasn't actually as bad as it could have been. Launch window's not perfect, but at least it wasn't on the complete opposite side. Ah, yeah, there's gonna be plenty of fuel left over here. And go a little bit higher. Go up to, yeah, we'll go up to like 150, 140. Do a barrel. Actually, you know, a bender, do a flip. Would not be bad. God, they're right on top. You know what? They're right on top of each other. It's fine. Oh, well, I don't have to deploy the solar panels because they're just there. I can't get rid of this, though. Bye. Don't need you anymore. Oh, fuck. Right. Eh. Probably a good thing that that was light and not very far away from me, or I could have blown up my spaceship. Let's get a little bit closer here. Even this out. Let's see how close is that gonna get once we swoop it around. We might just need to wait an orbit or two, but we'd probably be okay. Yeah, let's just add a maneuver here. Probably just wait like a few orbits and we'd probably be good. That's what was that, 3 orbits? And then we'll adjust ever so slightly. Oh, I gotta click on the maneuver node. Close are we getting here? 5, 4, 4, 8. 4, 8 looks like what we can get on that. All right. Orbit is good. Node in 3 hours. So we'll just zip ahead a little bit. Yeah, exactly. When Hermes was standing on the ledge, Fry goes, "Don't do it. You've got so much for Lipshore." Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're talking about. Do a flip. Blade Phoenix, thanks for the new follow there. Hello. We're doing it right now. We're doing something stupid for funsies. But we'll do something serious once we're done here. How much time have I spent? An hour dicking around for on this for no reason other than it's fun. But I mean, it's a game. Play it for fun. This is Pravis. I am not I'm not Pravis. Should I just do this from the tracking station to make it go faster? I have been told that we have similar voices, though. And we're looking... What is the name of this? Oh, we're not even on... It's not even showing up. Is it? Suicide 1, there it is. Yeah, we'll speed up here. This is a traitorous cur. Oh god, that he got fucked so he got fucked almost as bad as I did in that game. Poor bastard died in what, 20 minutes? Alright, we've got 2, 3 more orbits to wait. You can see the spaceships slowly catching up with each other. 1 hour. Oh no, I never forgive him. I don't blame him for what happens. It was the other team who basically went, "You're gonna join us or die." Alright, so let's go back to Suicide 1. Node in 33 minutes. Perfect. Yep, perfect, because we can warp right around to the next maneuver now. Oh, I don't have the probe core that actually allows me to face towards the maneuver node, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. I think this is seriously stupid. There's no reason to do this mission other than for lulz. Leave a rover on the moon to collect ore and send an ore collector to it? I don't know yet. I've never done ore processing before. That is completely and entirely an alien concept to me, so we're going to need to... Fuck, that thing got in my way. We're going to need to kind of play it by ear. This thing's pretty easy to control. And it's a 1-second burn. Close. Yeah, not bad. 5 kilometers. Alright, point retrograde. Much easier to control than the fuel tanker. Much easier to control than the fuel tanker. And now that I'm closer, I can actually set this to Garrick. Alright, and we'll just go ahead and arrest our motion here. Probably shouldn't use the Bobcat at full. Does tend to throw me around a lot. 3.3. Here, so yeah, we'll warp over here. And now I actually have, I'm so used to using the, either good pilots or the advanced more advanced probe cores. I actually have to do some work myself. Oh, you know what? I should put get the target to 0 before I do this. Or otherwise my motion, the relative motion's gonna be off. Warp in here again. How do you think the guy feels about the mission that's meant to save him being called Suicide 1? It's called Suicide 1 and it's designed to use a suicide burn. It's got suicide all over it. Yeah, that's like perfect. All right. So we'll get in closer, move towards the, well, how close is this one over here? Oh, that's even better. We'll wait for this one. Warp there. Less work. Yeah, and there's way more fuel in this thing than is necessary. So we'll transfer that over. We'll get rid of the butt end. And then, yeah, we'll put up whatever's left in there. That down to 0. Oh, shit, a little too far. That's fine. Let's see, pin this. And yeah, we just need to, okay, we should be able to see the station by now. Oh, shit, separation 0. Fuck. Fuck. No, you don't want separation 0. Also have a supply of cyanide pills just in case. And no, I figured if we didn't bother, I mean, that was an added expense. There's no point in putting cyanide pills on here because if he's gonna die, he's gonna die fast. Should be able to see that bastard by now. It's over there. Yep, there it is. You can see them both. Oh, wow, yeah, oh, whoa, hi, friend. 15 meters per second is definitely too much, is definitely more than a bump. There we go. As target. We'll just flip it. Yeah. Oh, actually, no, it's not as... There's only 161 left in this tank. So basically, it's just this little... Yeah, there's just a little bit of fuel in that tank left. That... Ooh, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be a fun mission. I can't wait for this. Because what we're going to have to do is, as the engine bell starts to overheat, we're going to have to burn to try to avoid it exploding. Alright, so control from here. Aim can set as target. And that'll probably be easier to control than this one, so we'll actually dock from that one. Kerbals used to be able to survive orbital velocities. Yeah, that's true. Oh, and there's Misfortune 1 just hanging out nearby. Yeah, so we're set to go. We're going to want to correct this, though, first. Okay. RCS on. We'll just start moving in here. All right, let's do this. How did Penny do? Penny did amazing. Penelope 1 is currently in orbit around Duna. The lander was successful. Had enough Delta V to get down with 3 Kerbins, do their science, and get back up. A little bit low on fuel, so basically we're screwing around with fueling scenarios today. And right now, we're doing a just for fun mission of deorbiting an old space station and rescuing the crew. Get a little bit closer, then slow down a little bit. Pretty good. This one's a little more manual than the last one was. Boop. Beautiful. Alrighty, now what we're going to do is grab whatever fuel is left in all of these fuel tanks. And we are going to transfer it into this one. The one that's least likely to explode. Because it's further away from the butt end. Okay, there's that. And then grab this one. And that one. And that one's the one that's the actual fuel in it. Transfer into that one. Alrighty, just a little bit of fuel. Need a slow clap sound effect. Okay, so now what we could do is everything underneath the actual first things first, transfer crew to the actual escape craft. Everything underneath the escape craft can be jettisoned. Watching this while building your new desk. Good luck. Okay. Just kind of trying to think. I was like, I don't need anything on this end anymore. We just get rid of it. Yes, so we can just decouple that. There is the emergency escape craft. He is inside the emergency escape craft. Stations are so wobbly. It's an old space station, so the new ones are a little better. All right, so now point retrograde. Is this not using? Can I not see the fuel inside this one? Or it might not be on. Well, you know what? We got monopropellant out the butt. Let's use our monopropellant to alter the orbit. He's also freaking out. He's not used to new things. He seems happy that he's actually doing something. Little Sam Lurf down here. Here, let's physics warp and we're gonna want to try to make this as like gentle as possible. Oh, yeah, no, you just dock wherever you want in this game. What's kind of, one of my, yeah, there we go. We're down below 70. We'll put it down to 60. That's still pretty thin in the atmosphere there. And then we'll stop physics warping. Also, I think I need to transfer the fuel again to this one. It doesn't seem to, there might be, maybe I disabled the crossfeed or something. So just transfer it in there. All right. Yeah, it sees that there's fuel there. Can we just test this out real quick? Yep, works. All right. Now, in theory, what we're going to do is try to land this in an ocean somewhere. It was never designed to survive re-entry. The solar panels and probably the old communications arrays will probably burn off in the atmosphere. And if everything you know what we're gonna do? We are going to we're gonna grab this, pin that, So if everything starts exploding, we just undock. And the escape capsule makes it back down. Like a boost back? Yeah, basically. Full burn now, drop quick. No, I need to save that fuel, Roach. Are you fucking with me? I need to save the fuel because these parachutes aren't enough to arrest the landing. So I'm going to need to use this fuel to do a suicide burn right before we hit to slow down enough to not blow up the station. So let's just speed this up now and see what see what our orbital dynamics look like once we start hitting the atmosphere. Remember the good old days of Kerbal where you could accidentally time warp into the planet and blow up? Patrick Farb remembers. Oh no, it's not gonna bounce off the atmosphere. I mean, it only, with the periapsis only at 59 kilometers, it might not even re-enter on this pass. Gonna hit the ground. Well, I still like what I need to do is wait to see where it is, and then adjust a little bit. I still got those. I still got plenty of monopropellant to use. Yeah, way too much. This is really open for a little bit more fuel than that, but yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Let's see, what's our... Oh yeah, we're already going back up. No, we're still going down. It's not that bad. Here, let's, Can we... Oh, I can do that from here. Cool. Let's see, where's this, Ideally, we want to land in the water somewhere. So, like, it's somewhere in here. So we'll try to drop this in. Yeah, we're definitely gonna come in. We'll use the monopropellant to burn, and we'll try to drop ourselves in over here somewhere. Should we just wait and see what happens? Space station's coming back to Earth. We don't know where it's going to land. I think I'll just wait. Maybe we could skip over the land, hit the wide ocean. That's not gonna happen. Definitely not gonna happen. We're totally fucking hitting the land, aren't we? Oh man, we're hitting the land. We're definitely hitting the land. There's a lot of, unless we adjust. No, we're not. This is fine. Happened with Skylab in New York. Well, those are Russians. Land is fine. No, land is not fine. Land is not fine. Oh, land is not fine. Flipping over into the ocean is easier. Camera do I use? Do you mean for my face? I mean, this is a Logitech. It's not. This is like a cheapo one. Does it say it's Doodle anywhere? I don't know if it says it's Doodle anywhere. I don't know. It was like the cheapest Logitech 1081 I could find on Amazon. Is that right? We could try using the RCS to slow ourselves down. Or we could try to hit a pond. RCS on an entire space. Oh yeah, that stuff's gonna start busting off soon. Hey, maybe if we're lucky. That'd be something if we accidentally landed on a lake. Need a penny cam. I've had a lot of people ask for penny cams before. I mean, we're slowing down a lot now. Oh, I mean, we're hitting the thicker part of the atmosphere, that is. Maybe if we're lucky, we can land on the shores. Keep burning. Keep burning. Keep burning. Yeah, now we're starting to slow down. We almost died just now. Oh yeah, no going back. Well, I mean, there's still the option to decouple and save Sam Lorf. It's dropping in. See it moving. Oh god. Watch us hit like right there. Come on, Sam Lorf. Okay, there's gonna start being some explosions soon. Burning the RCS during re-entry. Oh yeah, he's having a blast. He's loving this. He hasn't done anything in so long. If we're lucky, we'll skip this peninsula here and land on the other side. Although, I mean, we definitely have to, we would have to hit the thicker part of the atmosphere and decelerate a lot for that to happen. The drogue chutes will also slow me down. Well, if I don't already overshoot the water. How much of this monopropellant? Well, we still got half the monopropellant left. So far, so good. All right, now we're in the thicker part of the atmosphere. Things are gonna start happening. Solar panel. Oh, yep. Solar panels are starting to rip off. There they go. There go the solar panels. They didn't blow up. They just ripped off. Oh, God. I can see the land coming up. 33,000 meters. Now, to avoid losing the engine belt, we're gonna have to start. We might have to burn the engine a little. But okay, it's not overheating just yet. It's getting there though. Although we're really starting to slow down now. So the plan was to brake using the engine if it was in danger of blowing up. Which it looks like it might be. Tap that engine just a little bit. Slow us down. Oh god, here comes the land. We need to save the fuel for our suicide burn. How much water's left? Oh god, oh god, oh god. There's not a lot of water left. Oh no, oh we're gonna miss it. Engine, okay, we're gonna have to, oh god, the engine belt, oh no. All right, it stopped overheating. We're gonna miss it by just a little bit. If I kept burning the RCS thrusters the whole time, we might have been okay. All right, safe. Come on, drogue chutes. Drogue chutes. Whoo! All right, we missed the water, but not by much. Why did they not deploy? Why do they not deploy? God! Why are they not deployed? Motherfucker. God damn it, they didn't deploy when I hit the goddamn button! What was that? I hit the staging button, they never deployed. Wait! fine. Look, they're still here. Alright, just, this is fine. I'm not sure why the parachutes didn't deploy. I was sitting there smashing the stage button. Well, so the space station was completely destroyed, but Samlorf is fine. Well, that was fun. Mate, that was a trip and a half. Didn't recover nearly everything, but hey, look! He leveled up! Samlorf leveled up. That's amazing. Maybe he can pilot some of the missions to Who's-Its. Found our new gem. Yeah. So with that said and done, now we actually have to do the science.